So I actually started with the national site of FreshU because FreshU Columbia College Chicago is a chapter of a larger publication. About a month before school started here, they put out applications to start a chapter at your own school, and so my roommate and I were planning on starting one, and so we went through the whole application process, and it was pretty in-depth and kind of scary because it's a lot of work to run an entire publication by yourself, especially when it's all online based. So we applied and got approved, and so I guess that's kind of how we got started.
Over the summer, I just saw an application for it on the freshman Facebook page, and I decided that sometimes I like writing, so I figured I'd try it out.
FreshU is an online publication that is made by freshmen and centered around different aspects of freshman life, whether that be, navigating the school or like articles on where it's the best place to go to get music or get food or groceries.
Before I started FreshU, had never done journalism at all. I didn't know what the hell I was doing, and so I was kind of winging it, but I've learned so much, and every single article you get published is actually a published piece, so you're building a portfolio as you go, which I think is just absolutely amazing whether you have had a journalism experience or not.
When I first signed on to FreshU, I was just planning on just being a contributing photographer. I would take photos for people's articles, and that would be that. But my editor, Natalie, was like, "You're gonna be writing articles," and I'm like, "Okay, sure."
I go talk to all the businesses, I organize fundraisers, everything so that we can eventually get compensation for writing or whatever it is that we do with FreshU. And then recently, within the past 2 weeks, I got moved up to a co-editor, but I still focus on more of the business side, but then I write and edit like every week.
So I think the best way to express yourself is by doing articles that are important to you and addressing topics that are important to you as an individual. For example, one of our photographer contributors, she did an entire photo essay about anxiety where she had a couple of us model in a bath of milk, and it worked. So that would be something you would never see anywhere else, but because we have this outlet to express our art through writing specifically based on freshman college experiences, which is something we're all going through right now.
There's some articles about transitioning from living at home and going to high school to going to college, especially in a big city like Chicago.
Recently, I did an article about diversity, particularly at Columbia, and I think it was just a really rewarding thing to write about. One of the great things is that we can write what we want to write about, but we also need to make sure that people are going to want to read it.
Okay, I think FreshU CCC is something that you get out of it what you put into it, but we'd really love to have you, even if it's just an article or two here and there. Anybody can get.
I encourage anyone to bring their skill sets, whatever they may be, to the publication. I think we can benefit from any and all types of artistic talents. We don't really want to just be something like the Odyssey, just talking about like 5 cool Halloween costumes you can use at a kegger. We want to be really getting to the core of what the Columbia student body is about.
The more people we can get involved, the bigger thing we can make this. Because right now it's kind of a small staff, and if we can get more people involved, then I think that it could really take off its feet. But I think we're doing really well either way.